This is mean. Today I'm going to be breaking down a song called Living Failures from the BLOODBORNE original soundtrack. This is a coffee personal request that comes from Jonathan. Thank you so much, mate, for believing in my work. And boom. I like that brass opening. You can start hearing more layers. It's building up. I really like this build up. Ooh. And another layer. Oh. This is mean. Ooh. It's so cool how they build up with the layers. I wonder if this has lyrics. That brass arrangement in unison with the choir was so cool. There we go. It turned into a waltz at the end. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Damn, those accents at the end were so good. That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. All right, let's break it down. To me, Living Failures embodies what BLOODBORNE is. Even though I haven't played the game, I know it follows, to a certain point, the same premise of Dark Souls. You know, it's a very dark game, it's very gloomy. However, since this song is a boss battle, there has to be an addendum, right? There has to be an aggregate to that premise. So, of course, the song sounds way more ominous, it's very menacing, and it's very sinister in its nature. One of the main attributes, if not the main attribute of the song, is that it's based on build-ups or crescendos. And what that means is that there's a perceived increase in loudness of the instrument. It gradually goes from a lower point to a higher point. And you can hear that in, individual layers, in all the layers combined and doing the same thing. And it does it multiple times. However, I think there is a main build-up we hear, which is basically the first build-up that we hear, and then the song starts to do secondary build-ups to maintain or contribute to the building and releasing of the tension of the track. I really like the brass arrangements in this track. They are very, very John Williams-like. It reminded me so much of some of the music that he has composed for Steven Spielberg films and George Lucas films, specifically, obviously, Star Wars. But at the beginning, some of the arrangements, that are in the beginning remind me more of the Spielberg sort of scores, and the arrangements that are at the end, very specifically at the resolution of the song, remind me more to Star Wars. The brass and the choir complement each other very well in the song. It's more of that they are actually doing the waltz, these two sections in the orchestra. And the strings, surprisingly enough, are taking more of a support role, in which, they are just serving as a base point to increase or do the crescendos, functioning as the lowest point of energy, and using it as a transitional device, or for the most part actually doing all counter melodies to the choirs and the brass. I would also like to say that there were points in which the choirs were doing very interesting choices in terms of the chords that they were using, especially where the choirs are isolated from all the other layers. It almost seemed that those parts where the choirs are isolated seem to be like the highest energy points of the track, but they are not necessarily like the climax of the song by any means. It sounds like some of the chords that the composition has, they sound dissonant. They sound like, I don't know if they're using like a diminished chord or an augmented chord. Those are the two kind of chords that I always go to when it's like the sound of the chords sounds so dissonant and unnerving in a way. They're kind of jarring. That just the chord by itself, it's like a big device to create tension in the song. And finally, of course, how could I forget to mention the waltz at the end? It seems to me like waltz, it's a genre or subgenre of music, if you call it that is so intertwined throughout all or most of the songs that I've heard from Bloodborne. It goes even beyond just a key, a minor key or whatnot. We're talking about a very specific genre of music that is connecting so much of the storytelling of what Bloodborne is. And I suppose I'm gonna have to wait and see when I play it why that is, in terms of the story of the video game and whatnot. I'm gonna give this track an A tier. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out this other Bloodborne breakdown that I did. And if you would like to support my work further, you can check the support section in the description of this video, where you can find my Patreon and all the other links, alright? Thank you very much.